Hey guys, what's going on? Twintuitive717 here. I am back with another video. I hope everyone is doing well as always. So, guys, I'm playing catch up, okay? So don't mind me. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive right into this reading because it was a specific message, and because I wasn't recording at the time, I was like writing down a bunch of video titles in my journal, and yeah, these videos are just going to be sharing a bunch of those insights that I've written down, okay? So this reading is actually like for the viewer, like if you're watching, the message here is that you came into your masculine's life to teach them a lesson. And so take it how it resonates. I mean, you might be the divine feminine watching, and if you're the divine masculine, then it's going to shed some light as to like why it is your feminine came into your life. And it might like help you to understand her a little bit better is what I'm hearing. Okay, so what I'm getting is like there is a divine feminine. You might be the viewer. I have a strong feeling that the divine feminine is the one who's watching the video, okay? And I feel like for a long time, like you were misunderstood by your divine masculine and the people that surround your divine masculine. I feel like you stood out like a sore thumb in your divine masculine's life. They weren't expecting to feel an attraction towards you, divine feminine, because you might be very like different from them in some way. Your culture might be very different. You might be like a bad gal, you know, and they're not used to women being so forward. And so they're used to women being a little bit, just more like reserved and like, I'm getting the word obedient, and I don't know why. But you're not like that at all, divine feminine. I feel like you come from maybe like a culture or a background or just the way your family has raised you, to just have a voice and to have your opinion. You might have very strong, influential males in your life growing up, like uncles, fathers, grandfathers, teachers, I want to say as well. And so there's a lot of balance, okay? And so when you came into your divine masculine's life, I feel like your purpose was to share some of that balance with your divine masculine and to have them witness that balance within someone else, specifically someone that they are maybe very attracted to in some unusual way that they can't explain. Whether it's like intimate or not intimate, they're just drawn to you for whatever reason. They're just drawn to be in your life for a reason, and it's uplifting more than you guys realize for your masculines to be in your presence. And just what I've seen is that the divine feminine, because she's the one that brings life into this world, I'm feeling like that has a lot to do with why the divine masculine might feel intimidated by your presence when he sees you in your full power, okay? I mean, maybe that makes sense to some of you, maybe it's not, maybe this is like a really specific reading, but how does the divine masculine see you, divine feminine? What kind of influence or impact have you had on this divine masculine's life? Okay, so I feel like you were the first person to maybe break their heart, so to speak. I'm getting like the energy of a divine masculine who's used to being like in charge. Like they might be very like handsome, they might be very charming, very good looking. They have a lot of like material possessions, or they know how to get a lot of material possessions very easily. They're lucky, they have a lucky streak. Used to getting their way, and that's why it hurts so bad when they finally meet the divine feminine and she kind of shatters that reality of just getting whatever it is you want, because I feel like he wanted you very much when he first saw you, divine feminine, but it wasn't that easy, and that's why this Three of Swords card appears. It's just not as easy to have this divine feminine, and that's what I feel like many of your masculines struggle with. It's like they want to have you. I'm getting this strong energy of like, you're mine, and you'll always be mine. And you have a way of making that uncertain divine feminine, and it's not because you mean to torment this divine masculine. It's just that's your energy, right? And that's what's so magnetic and attractive about you. This reading, I feel too, is for many of the divine feminines who that's too many. This message is for many of the divine feminines who have been able to like move forward. I think I saw the strength card there as well. Yeah, there it is. Many of you are, like you're the whole package is what I'm getting, you know? Like you see how she's like half lion, half woman there? It's like that's the balance I'm talking about, where you have a lot of like masculine energy in you, but also feminine energy, and you're able to like switch that shit up like nobody's business. You know, you're able to be gentle as a lamb, but you know, I almost feel like this divine feminine is like, don't cross me, like, don't cross me. And the thing is like, your divine masculine is very attracted to that because they know that there's growth there, there's change, there's adventure, there's mystery. I feel like a lot of them are involved in karmic situations where it's very controlled, like they control the outcome, they control the script. A lot of karmic partners are very easily influenced by this divine masculine, whereas you are not divine feminine. You have your own voice, you have your own opinion. You've just been raised that way is what I'm getting. Or you might be very like fire, pepper, and they might be very like more conservative. And it's like they meet you and it's not what they've been taught to be attracted to, but for some reason it makes them ding. You guys get what I'm trying to say? So, you know, there's that whole dynamic, okay? So the overall energy of what I'm getting right now is a lot of your masculines are maybe like longing for you, divine feminine, and it's like you don't give a flying F what they're longing for, because you might just be enjoying your abundance right now, and the reason you're enjoying it is because maybe this was once you, right? Like maybe this was once you, maybe when you're a divine masculine, they might have like rejected you based on like your status or like your upbringing or like your culture, like something like that, where if in their world it was just like, you know, you appeared as very like wild woman, hence the half lion, lioness, half woman here. But I feel like the lamb as well represents like purity. Like it's like you can never harm an earth angel. Like who doesn't love a sweet little lamb? And that's how I think like the world or the universe views the divine feminine. Another thing too I want to share with you guys is like when you were created divine feminine, like the universe took its time with you, okay? Like you're lovable in every way. And I think that you feel that. And it's not only like the way you look, it's just the way you act. Like you're very loving as well to the outside world. Like you're very kind to animals. You might have a very special connection with animals. You're just well liked. People can't help but be drawn in to your energy. And like what I'm getting is if you encounter males, even as strangers or like even for me guys, like I moved into my new apartment and I feel like everybody like that manages the building, like I sense a very protective energy. Like they want to make things so easy for me, or they're very helpful. So I feel like when you embody like this kind of lamb energy, you might be very bold and you can do for yourself and you can protect yourself. But I feel like the universe is like trying to show you that the reason you feel like that little lady, okay, is because you always have people around you who will embody that energy. Like as soon as they meet you, they may befriend you, and like there may be this very like protective energy that they might offer to you when they meet you, being like very helpful or making sure that you're okay. You might encounter people like that throughout your life, divine feminine, okay? And that's just part of your gift, okay? What's the divine masculine feeling towards the twin flame connection right now? Like, what are they working on in the background? So we have the Hierophant. Okay, so they're trying to catch up in terms of embodying this balance, because the Hierophant doesn't necessarily come up as like an embodiment of something. It's just like information being presented. So this might be a divine masculine who, like, they still might be hermiting, and it might be like, I don't know, like concerning, right? Like a year, two, going on 2 years. They're just MIA from the scene, but it's only because they are learning. Like, I feel like when the divine masculines experience the like ascension symptoms, it comes in the form of like just needing to be alone, wanting to be by themselves. They feel comfortable being by themselves, and many divine feminines as well have really embarked on that journey too, where at first it was very scary to be on your own and to be alone, and now it's like you can't imagine not having your own space to just kind of what I'm hearing is like let loose, because you receive so much spiritual information. A lot of the times it's very difficult for you to maintain conversation with other people, or long-term, like, you know, like relationships where you have to be there for other people. You're like, well, listen, I can't be there for you because I'm receiving information to help a collective of people. And that's why many of you hermit, right? And I feel like many of your masculines are kind of seeing that as well. But the reason he's laughing in the picture here is because I feel like he's like, I can't believe I judged my divine feminine for being like so shy, or such a square, or so weird for always wanting to be alone or out of the scene or mysterious. Because I think that because they're picking up on the connection, they're feeling their heartbreak open towards you, they're now wanting to just be in solitude to digest the fact that it's like, this is more than just I'm attracted to her, or this is more than just like I want her to be my girlfriend, or I want to see her. It's like, I need to be with this person because of like spiritual growth. Okay, they see that now, is what I'm feeling. At the top of the deck as well, we have Justice. I feel like Justice is coming through for many of you who are in the feminine energy, and like, it's like, thank goodness that you guys have stuck to the journey in your own ways. Like, many of you have remained in your integrity, and that's what's bringing through the justice on your part. Like, if you got rejected by your masculine, or they might have chosen another situation, like, you maybe like slapped yourself on both your cheeks, took a deep breath, and like you kept it moving, you know. Like, many of you were like, okay, this hurts, yes, but I've got to focus on myself right now. And I think I read that in the comments of the last video, where many of you spoke about just focusing on yourself right now, and focusing on the things that make you happy. And like, this whole focusing on your masculine and the karmic, and these types of readings that are put out that mainly focus on that type of energy, I think like it's not meant to be viewed in a bad way. I think that they just kind of help you point out where you're at, you know, and eventually you're not going to be attracted to those types of readings, because you know, for you it's more going to be about, you know, like, what do I need to do right now? Like, instead of watching videos about him and the karmic, like, how do I make more money to get out of my own karmic situation? You know what I mean? I just shared a reading on Patreon that talked about this very energy, where many of you are just being guided to focus on yourself a little bit, focus on manifestation. If many of you are like, a manifestation, like, that shit sounds so cliche, or it sounds so stupid, join me on Patreon, guys, because I share information about exactly what it is I do. And like, I share that feeling as well, where it's like, manifesting is stupid. Writing down a list of the things that you want to attract is stupid. How is that going to work? I've been there, right? But I refuse to stay there and just get nothing. And I started trying it because I had nothing to lose. So, you know, pay attention to the importance of the Hierophant showing up in this reading, because, you know, a lot of you are meant to experience this twin flame journey in the most abundant way, but maybe you're letting the obstacles get the best of you, okay? Let's go ahead and jump into some romantic messages, because I know that my journey definitely contains a lot of this passion, a lot of this romance. Hell, it's what made me... Oh, wow. I spilled all the cards everywhere. But what I was going to say, and I have the Chariot card, it's what made me kind of charge forward on this journey, like coming onto YouTube. I needed an outlet. I needed a way to express what I was feeling, and I knew that this journey was very real. And I feel like the Chariot card comes up as a way of me maybe personally sharing with you guys that I was the one to reach out to my divine masculine first on my journey. I ignored all the rules about, oh, let the man court you. You're a lady. You're not supposed to let him, you know, see you reach out and be vulnerable. All of those, like, you know, weird voices were in my head, and things that I was like conditioned to believe about like the way things are. Like, all I knew was that my heart was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna explode if I don't like communicate with this person. And so the Chariot card is a reminder for you guys to charge forward and like have a plan of action in mind. This journey is not going to just go away. Like, many of you might ghost your twin and think like, oh yeah, it'll go away. The feelings will go away. You know what? I'm going to move to another country and yeah, I'll be good. It's like, no, then you start having dreams of them and the synchronicities are even stronger. When you run, the synchronicities are there, okay? And many of you might feel like, I'm not running, I'm chasing them. You're running from yourself by chasing them, so you will experience more and more synchronicity that keeps telling you that, yeah, they're your person, so you don't need to chase. You just need to go inward and help yourself heal the feeling that makes you want to chase. You know what I mean? So you guys are going to get the reminder of each other regardless. But the Chariot card tells me that many of you are going to be drawn to each other regardless on the twin flame journey. Many of you might be like, you know what, like, I'm sick of watching these videos, like, I don't even care about this person. And it's like a week later, you're checking their Facebook or you're checking their Instagram or you're anticipating their return. And I feel like that stuff just kind of pops up on you. Their return just kind of pops up on you when you are focused on yourself, when you're focused on relaxing, right? And that's the embodiment of the Chariot card here. If you guys have the Tarot of Sexual Magic, use the guidebook and go to what the meaning of this card is. It's planning a fake retreat in order to stage a surprise attack. So that tells me that like your communication from your twin will pop up on you, your masculine will pop up on you when you are in this place, divine feminine, when you are just, you're trusting, right? Like, you're trusting the journey, you're trusting that you don't need to hold on, or you don't need to chase, or you don't need to figure things out. Things will align when it will align. In the meantime, and I'll pick those two cards up that fell on the floor here, but in the meantime, you guys, I feel, are being guided to, you know, get clear on what it is you want, because this is an abundant divine feminine who has a lot to offer, and many of you need to know that your divine masculines will always, like, they'll go the lengths for you. You know, they'll make the sacrifices that they need to on this journey. It's just, you know, how aware are we to pay attention to the synchronicities? This card tells me about telepathy. You know, feel your masculines through the dreams that you guys have of them. This card for me is like obsession. Like, this card is those of you who don't know just how much your divine masculines want you and love you, and maybe it hasn't been revealed yet, because they're so good at hiding it, and they're so good at disguising their energy, and they think that they're so good at it until the divine feminine starts tapping in to her divine feminine energy that lets her know that she is worthy of his love. And when you start tapping into that, you can feel them. You can start, you know, weeding through the fake accounts that are following you. You can feel your masculine's eyes on you when you start embodying this 10 of Cups, which is you deserve his love. He wants you just as much as you want him. And the reason he's hiding is because you've broken his heart open in this way because you decided to be your true self. Okay? So, dare I get an outcome card? What's going to be the outcome of all of these realizations? Let's go ahead and get one message from the Romance Angel Oracle deck. I'll do a quick shuffle, and then I'll cut it in half. What's the outcome for the twin flames? Okay, so we have codependency, guys. Okay, and that's why the Three of Swords started off the reading here. And I feel, too, that's why this Nine of Pentacles card is appearing as well. You know, you both have to let go. Addictions are affecting your romantic love life right now. You know, many of the divine masculines, I feel like they're getting clear signs of letting go of the karmic situations that they're in. I've noticed the codependency comes from feeling bad about leaving these karmic situations in order to pursue what it is they really want. And a lot of the times when the divine feminine is in the chaser energy, when the divine masculine is needing to heal codependency, it's hard for them to recognize codependency because you're displaying it by being codependent on them when you know that they're in a situation that they need to kind of boss up to and get out of, right? So that's why many of you, when you kind of distance yourself, you experience that justice, because you kind of see that, you know, many of your masculines have to go this course of the journey on their own. If they're in a karmic situation, then they need to go that course of the journey on their own, because that's the addiction that they have, is that many of them are not able to stand up for themselves. Many of them, they don't recognize the toxic behavior. They think that it's like that's the way it is in karmic situations, and it often makes them stay because of like a trauma response. And that's what eventually they'll need to heal. And that's why many of you might experience this very obsessive energy, but you guys aren't there anymore with the Chariot card, and that's what's making them want to heal the codependency. Okay, and there's your confirmation. All right, I love you guys. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next reading, okay? Bye, guys.